From where we were in Mexico City, it was felt very, very acutely indeed. Buildings were swaying for well over a minute. There was plenty of movement of the building itself, of surrounding buildings. It lasted quite some time, and when things began to calm down, people immediately left their offices and residences and gathered in the streets. Where I am now, in fact, it's not possible to return to our buildings for fear of aftershock. So it was certainly a very, very sizable earthquake, and one which has got certainly the residents of the capital quite frightened.
And are you hearing any reports of damage?
At this stage, it's very, very hard to get a sense of the city as a whole. I think each individual neighbourhood is just sort of reeling and kind of coming out onto the streets. There's certainly lots of ambulances crossing the city, fire trucks. There's been a lot of police helicopters overhead. There have been some quotes from officials that the main services haven't been affected, water and so on. But a lot of mobile phone networks have gone down. I've spoken to a lot of people in the streets who are sort of trying to get through to their loved ones in other parts of the city and aren't getting any luck. So it's difficult to get any real sense of whether or not the city itself or other neighbourhoods have been damaged, but certainly it was a very, very big jolt.
As you say, a big jolt, so always pretty frightening. But is it an area that experiences earthquakes relatively often?
That's right, and this is a sort of a country which is used to these sorts of things, and a population that knows how to take them in their stride. People were saying they knew it was big because it was so much bigger than one they'd had in December, which was around 6 on the magnitude scale, and they knew this was much, much bigger. But they know how to react. There's no sense where I am at the moment of sort of panic, but I can't obviously speak for other neighbourhoods in a city of some 20 million people. And as you say, the epicenter being outside the city towards Acapulco, and one can only kind of wait for information to come in from those other parts of the country.